Oh, I don't have grip. It's turning me. Not bad. I don't have one. Welcome to Ice Fishing 2025. This is actually day number 2. Yesterday we were out on a different lake and we didn't do too hot, so we rerouted this morning and we're at a new lake. Just got everything set up. I'll show you more momentarily, but right now we really want to get to fishing. So Wachang's here, Chris is here, and today we're primarily targeting trout. That's what I catch most of the time out of weights. There's all sorts of other species, perch, mainly in the winter time, but today we're kind of desperate for any type of fish after yesterday's not so good fishing. So in today's episode we have a sponsor, and I want to take a moment to thank our sponsor, which is PC Fun. PC Fun is a fishing gear company where they make rods and reels at a very approachable, affordable price point. Today I'm using their Carbon X 500 spinning reel, which is a great spinning reel that I've tested so far. I've yet to catch a fish on it, so we'll figure it out. But I just want to give a moment to thank them for supporting the channel and sending me some cool fishing rods and reels to test out on the ice this season. If you're interested in some good quality, affordable ice fishing or fishing in general, reels and rods, check out PC Fun. You can check the description and there will be a link there with a discount code if you're interested in saving some money on some good quality reels and rods. So this is the setup. We've got a 26-inch light action rod with my PC Fun Carbon X 500 reel right there, if it will focus. I have 4-pound monofilament, and I have a little tiny tungsten jig head tied with a uni knot, and then I have my tungsten jig head tipped with a mealworm. That's all we've got. We're gonna drop it down in the hole and see if a trout wants to come and munch on it. So when it comes to trout fishing, you could catch them off the bottom, but trout they can be anywhere in the water column, way at the bottom, at the top, in the middle, whereas perch, most of the time, from my experience, perch will hug the bottom. So you can catch trout almost at any depth. And so we've got 6 rods here, so we can kind of cover almost any water column there is. We just need to figure out where at least one fish is, then we can go from there. Oh, let's go! Nice! This guy's got the hot rod. Oh, careful, he's big. Oh! One behind you. There you go. Let some line go. I might snap your hook. Yep. Very nice. First one on the board. That's a good one. That's a keeper. We just gotta, yeah. They might not want something super big today. This is on the board. That's about a 12-13 inch rainbow. Pretty fish. Pretty average out of weights. What are you using? Using a little tungsten jig head tipped with a maggot. 2 feet off the bottom.
Oh, I ruined it.
All good. It's food. I don't think they'll be too picky. So we're fishing about 20-25 feet of water, and we are a couple feet off the bottom, no more than 3 feet off the bottom. When it comes to ice fishing, I actually have a flasher. I didn't bring it. Ice fishing, I just almost find it more relaxing to fish blind, because sometimes using a flasher or a fish finder, it gets more frustrating than it does helpful, because you just know there's a fish nearby and the fish won't commit, and it just makes you a mess mentally. So we're fishing blind, we're fishing all sorts of different baits. We've got blade baits tipped with a maggot, we've got jig heads tipped with a maggot, and we even have one tipped with a fish eyeball from a fish that we caught yesterday. Chris is on the board. That's actually Chris's second bite. Let's see if we can't do some more damage. Why?
You're doing it too hard.
No, I'm not. He wasn't even on there. There's fish everywhere. There's fish everywhere. See? The fish are here. Watch your rods.
See how I'm not yanking.
Why is there a power bait coming up? Somebody's power bait's coming up. Ooh.
What's that power bait right there?
That's your power bait that fell off your hook. Oh, nice. That's a brown. It's a brown trout.
They're here.
They are here.
Really? Huh?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Man, they're here. Watch your rods, boys. Ooh, 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 ooh. I just put it back down there. So sometimes I dip my rod in so that my line doesn't get cut by the bottom edge of the ice hole. Yeah, this is a really good fish. I don't know what it is. I just want to make sure my line doesn't get cut here. Oh, I see him. I see him.
He is nice.
That's a chunky looking trout. Ooh, ooh. Man, seeing them through the ice is so nice. Oh, that's a big fish. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous. Come over here, don't cut my line. Alright, tire him out. Oh, you still have your power bait?
Oh, I just put a new one on.
Oh, I was about to say, I was like, how? I don't think you're...
That's a nice.
Woo! That's a beautiful fish. Right on the roof of the mouth. Wow, that's a great fish. It's one of the better fish I've caught out here. That's my first catch of the day. Nice rainbow trout. We got ourselves some nice solid trout meat. Excited to cook these bad boys up. Just yeah, this fish is this is simply as pretty as a rainbow trout can get. Awesome. Wachong caught this fish right before me. This is a brown trout. Brown trout are slightly different colored. Still dotted, but they have more black dots rather than the somewhat gray spots on a rainbow. Beautiful fish. Alright, that's our bucket right here. One brown, two rainbows. Everybody's on the board with one fish. Again, I have a jig head here. I hope we have enough.
I don't know.
And I'm wacky rigging this so that it looks like a wacky rig that you would normally do for bass fishing. You put the mealworm on perpendicular and then drop it back down. I just missed the fish, dropped this right back down. I missed the fish over here, and then this one came and took this one over here. Yep, come back. I should have set the hook. He committed to it a lot longer. Yep. Got him that time on the little blade bait. Ooh, 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 ooh. Man, they're crazy. Oh my goodness. Is he tangled with you?
I think he just swam by. Oh, that's a fish, Chris.
Careful, there's a school by us. Feisty. That's a beautiful fish. Alright, I'm gonna tire him out on purpose. What is that? Oh, that's a rainbow. It almost looks like a kokanee. Ooh. Nice rainbow. That's a beautiful hook set. This time, I'm using a blade. This guy's got treble hooks. I tipped it with a maggot, and this one came and bit it. I think my maggot is gone. But you can use little baits or little lures like this, or you can use a simple jig head like my other rod. Beautiful rainbow. Just a classic Washington stock trout. Give you guys a little tour. This is my first time, actually second time. First time was yesterday, but I bought this ice shelter last year, and then right when I got it, the ice melted and I couldn't use it because we had no ice left. So this is actually an 8-person hut that I bought for about $160. The brand's a Vivor. I think it's a very cheap brand, but all the other 8-person tents or huts that I've looked at have been like $300 plus. And so when I came across this thing online, I figured, why not? I hardly ice fish. I think having an 8-person hut is much better than having the single shelter, because I also have a single shelter where it's essentially half the size. This one right here is just 2 huts meshed into one. And even though they say it's an 8-person, I think it's more of a 6-person tent. And that's being generous. It's 4 people comfortably. So everything about this hut is identical. So on this side, there's a door. Over there, there's a door. And then I'm sitting over here because I have a camera gear. And then Chris is sitting here with Trunk sitting here. And then we have holes drilled in the middle for us. And then up here on each wall, we have a window that's Velcro. And you can go outside. We have the top flap rolled up, so you can have it covered in shade. Over here as well, over here, and over here. So if you need some extra vent, you can open it like this, or if you want shade, again, roll down the flap. And then this is actually the vent. There's one on this side, and then there's one on that side. On the side here, we have some little pouches. That's where I put my stuff that I don't want to get wet. There's one over here as well. And we're chilling. We've got 5 fish so far. And fishing slow, so that dude or the 2 guys are gonna go fish out there for now. They'd rather go and be cold. Every 20 minutes or so, I reel up to check on my lure, and then if everything's good, send it back down. Repeat that process. That way you're not waiting on your non-existent bait. Your maggots or mealworm or power bait, whatever you're using. If you're using bait, it could have fell off because it just naturally falls off in the water, or a fish came and snipped at it and you didn't catch or detect the bite and the fish swam off with the bait. So it's good to get into this rhythm of constantly checking up on your bait. If you're using a lure, that's a different story, because a lure doesn't fall apart like a bait. It's twin.
So far.
It's been toying. I went to go move my rod and he finally snatched at it. Little guy, another little brownie. He must have been staring at it forever, because as soon as I went to go move it, he bit it. I did.
Yeah, maybe I need to come back.
Oh, he came off by himself too. Beautiful brown. This is my first brown of the year. That's a brown trout. Beautiful one. I've been dead sticking my rod for the past like 40 minutes, and then I finally went to go move this rod, and the moment I moved it, he swiped at it, and I couldn't really tell how long he was on there. But sometimes these fish will just come and stare at your bait, and as soon as you give it movement, that triggers a bite. Beautiful brown trout. Get some heat going in here. How did I miss? How did I miss that?
Wow.
Okay. Oh, he's back on it. Didn't miss him that time. Another brown. Another brown. And he's swimming everywhere. Yep, another brown. Man, it's a brown trout town out here. He swam out of the hole. Another brown. It seems like the browns are loaded right below us. They're not big, but they will do. So this is simple. If you don't know how deep you're fishing, you always use the bottom floor as your reference. So you always let your jig, your bait hit the bottom, and then once it hits the bottom, you can count your way up. It's a lot easier, in my opinion, using the bottom as a reference as opposed to the surface, because it can kind of be tricky to know how much line you're letting go. I mean, some people will pull out line, count it that way. That's an option too. I just resort to using the bottom as my reference point. About 8 feet off the bottom, let it sit. Wow, look at you go off. Oh, that actually looks like a really decent one. Oh, this one's getting hit.
That might be mine.
Huh? Huh? Oh, that looks like a good one.
Is this tangled with that one?
Yeah, I think so. It is.
That's a really good one.
The rainbow.
Nice. Ending your day on a rainbow. That's a good rainbow. Solid rainbow. Oh, I'm getting hit right here. Yep. Got him. That's the limits. Well, Chong just caught his 5th one. I just caught my 5th one. Ooh, I got myself a brown.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yep. Got him. Well, now that I'm done, I'm gonna let him stay there. Reel up this rod. Yep. Alrighty. That is fish number 5 for me. Waits Lake, you have a 5 fish daily limit for trout, which I've got 2 rainbow trout and 3 brown trout. And it doesn't matter the species, they all count towards your daily trout limit. So you can have a mixed bag like I do today, or catch 5 browns and 5 rainbows. Beautiful. Nice little bag that we have here. Time to go cook them up. I don't want to slip. Oh, what'd you just catch?
I don't know.
A PB brown?
Yeah.
That's a hammer of a brown. Pick him up. Nice hook set. Right on the lip. Did he bite hard?
Yeah.
Almost took you down. Oh, he's grunting. That's probably the biggest brown I've ever seen. Wow. Look at that. That's a buck. A buck, I don't know if they have the same name as other trout, but I'll call it a buck. And that's as center as you can get the hook.
I know, it's beautiful.
What are you doing with him?
I don't know.
Take him home?
Yeah, take him home.
This is the midway update. We're waiting for Chris to catch his last two. What's going on? He's not paying attention.
I am paying attention.
We got ourselves 5 nice rainbow trout, very average size. We've got ourselves 8 beautiful brown trout, a bunch of average, and then an absolute monarch that Chris pulled out. So with all of that, we're gonna make fish burgers, and I think the best fish for fish patties is Chris's giant brown. A lot of times these bigger fish, they don't taste the best because they've been in the water for so long. They have a very muddy taste to them, but in this case, we'll give it a shot. So with this beast, I have a non-fillet knife here. It's just really slim. This is a CRKT knife, and I'm testing it out. So we've got an absolute jumbo of a brown trout here. There's 3 of us, so we're gonna try to do 3 on each side, make a total of 6 burgers. I am using the ice as my fillet board, so this may not go super well. Do a pretty standard fillet job, nothing special. Just go right behind the gill plate right here, because this is it's hard, but then as soon as you get off of this gill area, it turns into flesh. So cut down to the spine, and then we're going to take our knife and run a very small incision to the back, and then we'll start filleting and peeling this side off. Then we will continue to the other side. I have bled the fish, so this fish does not have much blood in him anymore. You don't want to dive too far in there, and my knees are hurting. And once you get past the belly area, this is all flesh, so you can actually poke your knife through if your blade's long enough, but this blade is really short, so I can't even poke it through. So we'll just take our time, do what we can. Just like that. Ow! And come here and start peeling. It's been a while since I've filleted a fish as big as this, and I keep forgetting how tough their bones are. Their pin bones, I keep thinking is the spine, but it's just some really thick pin bones. All I'm doing here is I'm just running along this rib cage. You can feel the rib cage along the blade of your knife, and I'm just doing my best to not cut into the bones themselves. So right now I'm leaving this part because there's not much here, and this is just a lot of belly, and you don't want to puncture the belly. I could have done a better job, but I'm cutting at a very awkward angle here. But anyway, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. But that right there is one beautiful chunk of brown trout. And brown trout have white meat versus like rainbows. Rainbows have orange meat. Orange, like salmon. All right, so this little strip right here has the Y bones. So we're gonna toss that. And so instead of having one single fillet with the Y bones in them, now I have split it into two. Boneless, Louisiana seasoned fish fry. You can do this in a Ziploc bag and just shake the meat around with this, but we won't be using that. So we'll just use a plate and coat all of the meat. Just like that. That's what it looks like. Ooh, that's hot. We got a classic burger. Fish fry, cheese, tomato, onions, tartar sauce, and buns. Once again, we use Louisiana seasoned fish fry for this. Onions, tomato, slam that on top. Brown trout burger. That's what we worked hard for today. That is delicious. Other than the fact that the tomato is like partially frozen. Should have found a way to warm up the onion and the tomato. We should have brought the tomato into the buddy heater. It's a little frozen. No joke, this fish burger is so good.
It is fire.
It is fire.
Good.
Surprisingly, for a trout that big, that's, I don't know, spent a long time in this lake, usually they don't taste good, but man, can't beat them in the oil. Ending that fantastic burger with a Hostess chocolate cupcake. That's a wrap here. It was a single day outing out here on Waits Lake. This is one of my favorite ice fishing fisheries because it just has good fishing. Good number of fish in here. Nothing on average too big, but there are some giants lurking around like the one Chris caught and that we just ate. So we've caught 4 fish, 14 fish, waiting on Chris's last limit fish, and we're out of here. Sun is gone. All the fishermen that were here this morning are gone. We're the last ones on the ice. And it seemed like, I didn't pay too much attention to other people around us, but it seemed like people were catching them here and there too. So I think everybody had a pretty decent day out here on Waits. And the ice today is about 5 to 6 inches thick, which is safe enough to come out here. So with that said, appreciate you guys watching the first ice fishing video of the season. Again, huge thank you to PC Fun for helping and supporting the channel. If you're interested in good, affordable quality fishing gear, such as rods and reels, check them out with the link in the description below. See you next time.